Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and pictured digitally on your screen is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The Vancouver Canucks 2022-2023 season continued trade deadline. Jeff, things are actually going, okay.
Well, they were, and then we kind of went into a little bit of a slump here. Show the last few games. Well, actually, we won a couple here. I thought we had this big stretch here where we lost. What was it? Well, counting the overtime loss, 9 in a row, and that
Oh, that's
is up to that point we were doing slightly better than the real Canucks. Now we're behind them.
that's still not as bad as Philly was. Just going to point out. This past year. They've had, what, 10-game losing streaks?
Okay, so the trading deadline is the 24th. We're 3 weeks away from that. So unless something, maybe we're turning it around. We had a couple of wins near the end of the last stream. I think I'm just going to continue on from there.
Okay, just asking.
Yep.
Before, since, we are kind of hovering around 500, we're not in a playoff spot, right? Is there anyone you would consider moving at this point? Anyone who should put on the trade
we are in a
block?
playoff spot. We're actually in a pretty similar position to the real Canucks. I think they're 5 points out of a playoff spot right now. We're 4, and although they've got a couple of games at hand on us. We've cleared off most of the problem contracts. Maybe we signed Marcus Foligno as a free agent in the off season. Might be able to get something from him. We've already got, I'll show you here, big pile of draft picks next year. 2 fourth round, well, 1, 2, 3, 2 fourth rounders, a fifth, 2 sixth, and a seventh. So we've got 2 or 3 extra picks, which is, we kind of want to hang on to those and maybe get a few more because we're in the process of rebuilding our farm system. This is what the prospect rankings, system rankings look like now. When we started this, I think we were dead last overall. And I think after the first year or so, pushed our way up to second or third from last. We're now up to 27th out of 32. So it's gradually improving. Not really a whole lot. So I still want to build that up. One thing I do need to do right now is have a look at our upcoming free agents. And if I remember right, Myers was asking for too much. That's Philippe Myers, not Tyler Myers.
We already got rid of Tyler Myers.
We got rid of that big contract, and this would, if I do this, it's basically giving us a similar contract back, 4.1 million over 3 years. No, that's just too much. If you can get that out of somebody else, well, more power to him. Kuokkanen, who's actually done, showing his stats here, surprisingly well. He played a little bit of last season, so about 50 games total, 22 points. Not bad for a third, fourth line type of guy. Let's see what he wants.
Although arguably he'd be a good guy to put on the trade block.
Yeah, 2.6 for 3 years. And by the way, those are both restricted free agents. So if you notice here, I've got the auto qualify setting turned on, so I won't lose the rights to those guys. I don't think I'm going to make an offer on Kuokkanen right now. Linus Karlsson, who's had a pretty decent rookie year in Abbotsford. So I think I will turn the auto qualify on for him, but I will actually attempt to get him re-signed. And yeah, 8.3 million for 3 years. If he'll do that as a 2-way contract, let's give him a decent minor league salary, 142,000. And looks like
okay.
It.
So I put a number of guys on the trade block where you are, and including Kuokkanen. And I did already get a very interesting offer, if you're wanting to hear it.
Okay, I'm going to put him on. What did you get offered?
I got offered from LA 20-year-old defenseman Helge Grans.
28-year-old?
No, 20-year-old.
Oh, 20-year-old.
20-year-old, 1.5 ability, 4-star potential, although our team scouting says he's 2 and 3.5.
Yeah,
Currently
so
playing
he
with their AHL team.
didn't really make a lot of progress from last year to this year, but he was only a 19 last year.
Former second-round pick.
I'll keep an eye on. I'll put him on. I'll put Quackman on the trading block and see what I get.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad trade. Like,
No, not bad. And Demko is a little tired, so I'll go with DiPietro and start playing games here. Just got to move it along.
yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
the two-game winning streak comes to an end. It's 4-3 loss in Colorado.
So just to give you a heads up of who I put on the trade block, I put on Gilden, Hamonic,
I Gilden's not a
Quackinen,
bad idea. Although he's in the minors, I
and
don't think we'll get
Carlson.
anything from him.
Well, Myers I put on too, and Carlson I also put on.
Yeah, Myers would make sense.
So Gilden, Hamonic, Myers, Quackinen,
And
and
just the
Carlson.
reason we're doing is just to explain to people it will generate more offers if you've got them on the trading block. Doesn't necessarily mean they'll be good offers, but you'll get more than you normally would for those guys. You'll get more offers than you normally would, not necessarily more of a return.
But I don't think any of those offers is that bad.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, just saying, you talking about Solani's rookie goal scoring record. I think before we came on,
Yes.
Matthews is up to 60 goals already, better than a goal a game so far.
Yeah. Yeah, it was today, 29 years ago, that Solani surpassed Bozzy's record of 53 goals and made his iconic celebration that some people would recognize.
Yeah, well, the rumor is we're getting offers for Gilden, but we haven't actually had any offers. And did any of our guys make the All-Star team? Quinn Hughes did. And anybody do anything interesting in the skills competition for us? Nope, doesn't look like. Hughes lost to McKinnon in the fastest skater competition. And McDavid won the overall one. And it mentioned it's where we actually use in the game the previous All-Star format for the NHL, not the current one. Just because the current one would be very, very difficult to implement in the game.
There's just a big trade as I'm moving forward here.
Yep, I'm starting to get
my version of events. Oh, Jordan Kyrou just got moved for a first-round pick.
Patrick Kane. Just interested. Just before I came on here, I was looking. Saw an article about how Kane wanted to finish his career with Chicago, and looks like he's going to do that in game. Signed a 2-year extension. So Dallas, small deal. Another small one between Buffalo and St. Louis. Okay, the Devils have made us an offer. Riley Stillman, defenseman, for Tyler Mott. But no, I'm not going to do this. It's like 2.5-star potential on Stillman for Mott, who's already at 3 stars. No, makes no sense.
I would also I guess you would have one guy with more contract versus a guy who's expiring.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, we are currently streaming on twitch.tv/franchise hockey manager, twitch.tv/OTP developments, as well as our Steam page. And I am watching all the chats if you have any questions.
And Ryan Reeves getting traded to the Islanders from the Rangers. Looks like the Rangers had actually sent him down to Hartford. And we've got Calgary. We'll go with Demko. Everybody is full fitness. That's good. We should. Oh, geez, 5-2 loss. Did we? Oh, they outshot us pretty badly too. So, and we've got 2 injuries: Pearson and Horvat. Pearson has dizziness and nausea, gone for a week or two. Horvat strained groin, gone for 2 or 3 weeks. So before this started, I had sent I had sent Zavgorodny back down to Abbotsford, but now he's hurt too. So somebody else is going to have to come up.
Oh man.
Uh, I think it may be Carlson, who we just extended. Now it looks like the best choice. I don't think I've got anybody on the injured list right now.
Rhett Flyers joins us in our chat and says, "Oh goody, Reeves, Martin, and Clutterbuck all in the same squad."
Old time hockey. The only guy on the
That,
guy on the injured list is Furland, who's there permanently. Will be done after this year. But Horvat is going to go on there. What were you going to say?
I have no idea. My brain is broke.
Okay. Shake up the lines, I think, is those 2 injuries. Do it that way instead. All right, Carlson looks like he's got the wrong role. Yeah, a little more sense in the grinder.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, number assignments, that's what I got. And Carlson wants 24. Fine, nobody's using it. Getting quite a few trades here. Panic to who hadn't been playing in NHL, been sent to St. Louis by the Islanders for a college prospect. Oh yeah, here we go. We got your Kirill trade, same one. Did he go to Anaheim in your trade in yours?
Yep. Yep.
For a first rounder.
Yeah, that's not a bad trade.
And I'm kind of loading up because we traded Dem Miller. Wonder how they're doing this year. I got to take a look. Oh, yeah, third place. Looks like they're in the playoffs.
Red Flyers in the chat dropping slap shot jokes and then calling people older youngsters.
Okay, with the 2 injuries, how do we do against the Hawks? Who are wow, the Hawks are doing really well this year. They turned it around. And we win 6-5 in overtime. Oh, and 6-5 in the shootout, rather. Pedersen getting the winner. A fun Leafs Habs game the other night, eh? Or not Leafs
You
Habs,
mean Leafs?
Jets Habs.
Leafs wings?
No, the Jets going up by 4 goals, blowing the lead, and then winning by 4 goals.
Yes, it was a roller coaster of emotions. That's about all I can say on it. It was wow, this game's really fun to, oh no, what are they doing to, okay, all right.
Yeah, it all worked out in the end.
Then I heard the Montreal players whining because Scheifele celebrated at the end of the game.
Yeah, I saw that.
After his scrum fight.
And the Leafs acquire Kessel in a trade. Only it's Matt Kessel, the college player. I'm not sure. Is he any relation? Not sure. Cody Franson apparently going to retire.
Did you put Marcus Foligno on the block? Because if you didn't, you should immediately.
I did. You got a good offer?
Okay, because
great. Now Garland.
Actually,
Garland's out, but it's only a lacerated chin, so he'll be back.
Actually, there is some.
Quinn Hughes is hurt too. 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, there is some crazy offers coming in on at the trade deadline from Calgary.
I think I'm going to be selling because we're getting hit by injuries now.
Calgary has offered me at the trade deadline, Jeff, just so you know, at the trade deadline, Calgary offered me 20-year-old left wing Matthew Coronado
I got blown out 7-3
for
by the Hawks there.
Marcus Foligno. And then they offered me 21-year-old defenseman Jake Boltman for Travis Hamonic.
Okay, if they're making offers for Hamonic, I probably put him on the block too.
I told you. I mean, Boltman's not a great player, but he's better than Hamonic, former third-round pick.
Still about a week out from the trade deadline. Got absolutely crushed by the Hawks there.
Crushed.
Oh, we do have a trade with Seattle, minor one. Okay, for the Islanders, they want Kuokkanen for, oh, hey, Simon Holmstrom. Former first rounder in 2019, hasn't really panned out.
Okay,
what?
You will have enough time to kind of hold on to this until the trade deadline, too, if you want to see if you generate any other offers. But that's not a bad trade.
Yeah, I can wait on that one. And I will, but think about that. 2 weeks really seems excessive for the amount of time we give you to respond to a trade.
This is all because of last week, isn't it? I got you thinking.
It didn't help. Oh, there is going to be a change to that one thing I mentioned last week.
That was off stream, so nobody has any idea what you're talking about.
But you do. And we get a bounce back with a 3-1 win over Florida.
Did you listen to my idea on it, or did you take yours?
It's closer to mine.
Jeff.
Well, assuming Malta can implement it. It was on the list, so we'll see what he does with it.
I like my idea better.
We're now 7 points back out of the playoffs, so that's not looking good. Horvat is ready. Montreal waves Montembeault, who's had an okay-ish season in goal, but don't really need him. Tampa looking to move Alex Killorn, but he's 33 and appears to be sliding badly this season. And Devils and Avalanche swap a couple of Russians.
I mean, Tampa Bay's been really a struggle this season, have they not? They're not doing very well.
Yeah, just, well, they're at 500, which I think was slightly better than they were doing before. Colorado, surprisingly, not having a good year. They're even behind Winnipeg. No, not going to take the bait?
No, Winnipeg's been up and down so much, I don't really have too many thoughts on it. I don't expect them to make the playoffs. But I expect them to screw up their draft pick as much as they possibly can, so...
Tampa Bay sending Gabriel Fortier, who's one of the younger-ish guys, to the Wings for a draft pick. Minnesota's pick, and we are exactly 5 days away from the trading deadline now. Close to the injury of Hughes and Horvat, still indefinite. Gonna change the lines around. Yeah, that looks right. Keep Demko in the net, even though he's a little bit tired. And another overtime win. Shootout? Nope, actual overtime win. Myers gets the overtime goal, so maybe somebody will notice that and make an offer for him.
Fingers crossed.
Don't seem to be getting as many offers as you did, or did you just get a bunch on the actual
I,
deadline
I
day?
I got 5 on the trade deadline day, including those 2 from the Flames.
Okay. Oh, nice to see the changes we made to that are at least working. And Pearson's almost ready. Oh, and there goes Cooper fired in Tampa Bay. Todd Reardon, the new coach. And a whole bunch of rumors, but no actual trades. Pearson's still day to day, though. And we're still slightly under 500, and San Jose's actually slipped just past us in the standings. Pearson's still coming back. Logan Brown, waived by the Devils. 2.5 stars won't really help us. Bobby Nardella trade from Seattle to Colorado for A.K. Schaller.
Logan Brown could help if we end up trading away and needing a forward, I would say.
Yeah, we'll get something back, though, and I'd rather go with some of our own younger guys.
That's fair.
And everybody's at 100% against Carolina. And 3-1 win. Michael Rasmussen, surprisingly, with the first star, goal and assist.
All right.
And we are back at exactly 500, 27, 27, and 4. And Brett Howden from Toronto to Vegas for AHLer. Deadline is tomorrow.
Dun, dun, dun. Pressure's on.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to advance it to one day, and we'll see what we get. We've got a game against Buffalo, and I see a bunch of mail, so we got 3 trade proposals. And Pearson's ready to come back. So from Tampa, 20-year-old Alex Gagne, playing in the ECHL, half a star, 2.5 star potential for Tyler Mott. No, that's not even remotely something I would want to do. From the Islanders, Christian Krieger, 2-star potential for Hamonic.
That's not actually that bad.
What kind of he hasn't got a stupid contract or anything, does he?
We could take him and try shopping him right away too to see if you get something else.
Mind you, I've only got 3 shops today, so I may want to use those on something else.
Well, we can manually trade too.
And the Islanders, having just acquired Ryan Reeves, offer them to me for Myers.
Of course.
I have no use for a 36-year-old winger.
I try shopping that defenseman, Jeff.
Yep.
I got a good feeling.
Just he's like half a star and 2-star potential. I don't think I'm going to get any offers for him.
Well, let's find out.
Apparently we do. Bunch of late-round picks.
All right.
6th rounder,
well, that's
6th
not
rounder,
bad.
6th rounder, 6th rounder, 6th rounder.
Let me just look here
it's
for a second.
literally all 6th rounders.
Okay, but I mean that's not terrible for a guy we don't really need on defense.
Yeah, it's another draft.
I mean,
I'm assuming Ottawa is probably the. Oh, Tampa's actually tied with Ottawa. Columbus is bad. Arizona, Seattle. Were they in that list?
Yeah, Seattle is.
Arizona's lower than Seattle, so I'm going to take Arizona's pick. So
Right.
sixth rounder for a guy ultimately that we weren't going to use. Now I've got
For a
two.
guy we didn't need on our team anymore.
Oh, we got him for something that was done. Uh,
Yeah, see, too bad you couldn't have got Matthew Coronado and then this other guy,
so I've got two
Jake
more
Bolt.
player shopping attempts today. Uh, I got the one offer I got from Myers was not good at all, but I'm tempted to try again. Although that's gonna, Hughes isn't gonna be back for another couple of weeks. We'd have to call somebody up to fill a gap if we didn't get a defenseman. But we're gonna lose. I mean, we're not gonna lose him at the end of the season. He's just gonna be an
Okay,
RFA.
okay, hold on. If you want to try shopping somebody, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm already getting at least third round picks offered back. Is you could try shopping Jet Wu.
No, he's still young. I want to keep him in the system because he
All
may
right. Oh,
potentially
second round pick.
just get a
Second round
comparable
pick.
player back, and he's farther along than the second round pick will be. No.
He's also
Uh,
second round pick would also be 4 years younger.
gonna try Foligno first.
Multiple second round picks.
Got a few offers for him apparently. Brendan Lemieux from LA. No, pass. Derek Grant, who's nearly as old from Anaheim. I know he's actually a year older. No. Tim Schaller, also old and in the AHL. From Seattle, Carson Soucy. He's played a little for them this year. 2.5-star defenseman, a seventh rounder. And he is contract wise. What's he got? Oh, he's in the last year of his contract. I'm going to be a UFA. UFA, and I've got. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, so the Foligno attempt didn't go anywhere. Last try, you think Myers? Myers, Squawkin, and
Up
Mott
to you.
are the main roster guys. Mott's tailed off after playing reasonably well, but he's still pretty good defensively. Try Myers. Don't think I'm going to get a lot, though. And I'm wrong. A whole bunch of offers. Okay, fourth rounder from Montreal. Jake McCabe from Chicago. No, don't want that. So, yeah, older defenseman. I'm going to get a lot of these. I think Linus Hogberg. The Flyers, only 2-star potential. Nope. Oh, Ryan Hartman from the Blues.
Interesting.
Who's having a bad season and appears to have declined at 28. And what are they paying him? Oh, he's on a cheap contract. But he's a UFA. Have to get him re-signed, but that's a maybe. 1.5-star potential defenseman. Nope. Nope. Another fourth rounder. Also a maybe. 2-star potential. I'm just going to reject anybody that's not at least 2.5 stars. Kyle Capobianco from Arizona. That's roughly equivalent to Myers and on a slightly cheaper contract. Might have a shot at re-signing him. That's a maybe.
Probably not nearly as tall, though.
Elderly Michael Del Zotto from Ottawa. Nope. Fourth rounder from Tampa. No. Jets offering, Leon Gawanka, German. Done okay playing in the NHL and got some potential. And I'm assuming he's still got another year left on ZLC. Maybe. Marushev from Vegas. Another center with Done okay. No, I don't think I want that. And Seattle, no. So I've got a few different fourth round picks. Hartman, who, I mean, it looks like he's on the downside of his career as good as he is, and I would have to sign him anyhow. I don't think that makes sense.
Probably not.
Capobianco from Arizona. Probably not going to get a whole lot better, but it's been playing reasonably well for them. No injury problems or anything like that. The German from Winnipeg is a little farther behind him, so I'm going to say no to that. So it's either Capobianco or a fourth rounder. I think I'm going to go with the player. A year younger, and I think I can get him re-signed, so I'm going to do that.
Not a bad choice.
And let's see if he's willing to, and he is willing to sign for a reasonable contract, 1.2 million or 1.1 for 2 years. Then maybe I can get him a little lower than that. Try 1. I'll take 1.09. Okay, don't have to deal with the Myers contract expiring. Pearson is healthy, so Carlson had 1 assist in 4 games. He'll stay up, but I don't want him back in the lineup. And Capobianco's role, what do we got him as? Mobile, no. Is he more of a Russian guy? Didn't realize that. You can go in the middle pair.
Decisions.
Okay, so probably a fairly uneventful trading deadline for us. Made a couple of smaller ones. Got a pick.
Got rid of Hamonic.
Yep, I can take these guys off the trading block now that I know I'm not going to move them. Oh, did I mess up anything in Abbotsford by leaving them too thin? Nope, they still got lots of guys. And we got a game against Buffalo tonight. Demko's starting to heat up a little bit too. That's good news. And cruises to a 5-0 win over Buffalo. A 4-goal game for Pettersson and a shutout for Demko.
All right, not bad at all.
So we're slightly above 500 now. Still an outside chance at the playoffs. Not great. But how many points did we get last year? 77 points last year. So I think we can beat that this season. And Capobianco signs with us. Leafs up next at home.
Dun, dun,
Yeah, Demko really heating up now. Give him another start. And 3-2 in overtime. Rasmussen, the first star again. He's had a couple of those lately. All right, Cast and Chat loves the hockey card graphics. Yeah, this came out pretty nice. I haven't had a look through the mod form lately. Have we got anybody making newer ones? No, a few people were working on
Uh,
stuff.
there's been some ones come up, yeah, for sure. Just trying to think. Yeah, we've had Opichi ones from the 1970s, looking quickly. And then, yeah, an Upper Deck like one from 2019 2020. MVP cards from
Nice.
Rit Flyers, who's in the chat.
And 6-4 loss to Arizona. How did our defenseman we got from them did not have a good game at all. 44 defensive game rating. Oh, geez, Myers. Yeah, badly outplayed him. Oops.
It's not completely unexpected. Ratcast, you've been calling lots of hockey games?
And scouting update, not surprisingly, Connor Bedard's still #1 overall.
It would be more shocking if he wasn't. Northern Sky, would someone set Edmonton a decent goalie?
Edmonton's doing pretty
Never.
good in this game. Defending Cup champions. Who have they got in goal, though? Koskinen, still. Seems to be working out
I
for
would
them.
be. Yeah, Stuart Skinner's also taking a bit of a next step, too. Now, Northern Sky, do you mean in real life or in this game? Either way, I still wouldn't help them out if I could help it.
Oh, nice development report. Just Furland, who's effectively retired, and Braden Sutter, who just brought back for Abbots for depth, the only guys going down, and a whole lot of +1s, which is what we want to see for a team that's
Northern
trying to
Sky
rebuild.
says Mike Smith is overrated. Always thought so. Kosk is good. I've always liked him more. Mike Smith isn't overrated, but he is old. It's the only way to put it. He is old. He's now what, 41? So he's not the same goalie he was 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, but he's always been up and down too. Hasn't been the most consistent guy.
No, but he's better than what he was, or than what he is right now. Actually, if you look at Edmonton's goaltending prospects, or guys on their depth chart, they actually have a bit of chance to grow here.
In the game?
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. What?
Yeah, Rodrigue, Konovalov. Yeah,
Maybe that's their entire.
yeah, I know
They
the
let
goaltending isn't great in the game. I guess they've been kind of winning despite Gosling and Skinner. And there's something in the news here. What was that?
they refused to sign Kaylor Yamamoto, so he's playing senior hockey, trying to stay in shape till he gets a contract.
Okay, board conference update. Aquilini is reasonably happy with us. Just going to double check. Not the Oilers. Going to check my own job security. Fans are about as happy as they were before. Chemistry good. Job security, sliding a little bit. That's slightly worrying. I think I have to do reasonably well down the stretch.
Northern Sky says he hasn't seen the Edmonton goalie depth chart. Which.
Okay. Demko going to start against Columbus. Wow, 9-4 win. Big game from Besser, gets 4 points. Oh, Capobianco, there's the trade. We're looking a little better now. 3 points in that game. Jamie Drysdale, Hampus Lindholm with 2 goals each. 3 assists. Besser with 100 offensive game rating.
Yeah.
And we're back
Northern
to, wow, only 1 point out of the playoffs. But Pearson got hurt.
Northern Sky. I was just gonna say most of their depth, and the thing about goalies is oftentimes it takes a while for them to get into becoming NHL goalies. There's not a lot of goaltenders who become NHL goalies in their early 20s.
So kind of bad news there. We had Pearson going out for 2 to 3 months, so he's probably done for the season.
That hurts. So Edmonton, actually, Stuart Skinner has stolen the number one spot away ahead of Mikko Koskinen for the Oilers.
Yeah, he's probably the longer term guy for them. But I mean, they're not like the Oilers are doing badly in any case. They got so much offense.
No,
They don't really.
but they have Oliver Rodriguez, their number 3, who was their draft pick a number of years ago. And then Ilya Konolov. That's right. As their number 4, who may or may not turn out. And then in the game, they drafted another guy playing in the dub for their 5th goalie. Northern Sky says, didn't Carter Hart start young? He did. Yep. He's the amount of young goalies who take over and succeed is pretty low, though.
Vegas giving Max Pacioretty a deal, even though he's having an off season. Another $6 million.
Good for Vegas.
Eventually,
Jeff, who's the last young goalie behind Carter Hart you think of? I can think of one guy.
what do you mean behind?
And argue, well, behind like a young guy coming up to the NHL immediately, and find an 18 or 19-year-old.
For goalies, I'd have to look at the last couple of drafts.
The last guy I think of is
Askarov, the Russian, and to see how that works out from Nashville, and
yeah. Well, again, my thought goes back to oh, geez, his name has suddenly just evaporated from my mind. He
Spencer
was
Knight, Florida.
with Winnipeg.
No.
Was with Winnipeg 1 year, and then
Eric Comrie. He's with Winnipeg every
no,
year.
no, he was traded to Montreal, and they Steve Mason. Steve Mason came up as an 18-year-old and was really good, but it kind of ruined the rest of his career.
Yeah. And we lost badly to Tampa Bay, who's apparently turning things around a little bit.
And there were some people who got concerned about that. Carey Price was a little bit different because he succeeded at basically every level up until the NHL, so it's kind of hard not to.
Great. Now, Garland is out for 2 weeks, even though we're about to get Horvat back. Oh, and Hughes is almost back too. I hope I don't get anybody hurt here. I'm playing with a lineup that's got a lot of injured guys in it. And I'll throw DiPietro in a net so we don't screw up Demko. Oh, come out with a 3-2 win. Nico Sturm with the first star. And still a couple of games above 500. Clinging to a playoffs chance.
Now, Northern Sky, there
tied
is
with Anaheim for the last playoff spot. They got a game in hand.
Oh, wow, that's good. That's a surprise. Say, Northern Sky, there is some guys who bounce up and down. But I'm trying to think of goalies who like stick around for the whole year. Again, same thing happened with Marc-Andre Fleury went up as an 18-year-old, and there was a very big concern that they might have ruined him too by rushing him.
But I mean, Fleury was a big prospect all the way along.
He was, but he had a couple really bad years after his first season.
Yeah. Gonna put Hughes back on the roster. I'm just not gonna play him yet. And Anaheim gets a couple of points back ahead of us. Everybody reasonably rested, looks like it. And we got LA. Demko goes back in. Can we get a couple of points here? Really could use them. 7-4 loss. Not what I was looking for. And Provorov gets injured. Oh, it's only day to day. So we should be getting a few guys back right now. Need to take a quick look at how Abbotsford's doing too. Koskinen actually leading the league in goals against average right now. Although he's not playing. Skinner is number 8.
That's very good.
Actually got a really tight playoff race for the last spot. Okay, no changes in the injuries for us. Abbotsford, what's happening down there stats-wise? Okay, Alex Cotton, the unsigned over 20-year-old overage guy coming out of the OHL or WHL rather. Still having a great year, 55 points in 62 games, and he's going to push for a roster spot next year. Rempel, who's not really got much of a future with us. Ethan Keppen doing pretty well in his second year, showing good progress at 21, not bad. And yeah, I mean, you're looking down this list, you see how thin we are, really. Di Giuseppe, who I had up at the start of the season, didn't actually play a game, but he's not really doing anything now. He's probably done at 29. Jet Wu, I'd like him to be making more progress than that.
If only you could have traded him for a second-round pick. Oh, wait.
And the goalies, Silas and Eliasson. Eliasson, pretty good for his first season in North America. If he can get that second star, he's going to push DiPietro for the backup job next year. Okay, nothing really spectacular other than maybe Cotton for in Abbotsford, but it's about all I could really expect considering how far down we started. But we'll start seeing our draft picks we made last year, and then with the extra ones we got this year, should start filling out that minor league roster a little better in the next year or two, assuming I'm not fired by then. Besser is almost ready to come back. Provorov hurting at 80%, but he's the best option there, I think. Against Colorado, who hasn't been doing great this year. Just at 500, we lose 3-2 to them. Yeah,
Jeff, do you want to feel a little bit more old too with something that happened 42 years ago today?
42 years old. 42 years ago today, 1980. It's March. Was this? That's too late for the Miracle on Ice.
No, but it is related to that.
Jim Craig's first game.
It is Jim Craig's first game.
Yeah, I remember that. Atlanta. And I think he only played, about 30 NHL games after that. Wound up getting traded to Boston when Atlanta moved to Calgary, and then had some injury trouble. Hughes is close to returning, but is not ready to return, and Provorov's down to 63%, so somebody's getting called up here. Might as well be Cotton. Let's give him a game. He's not going to stay up for a long time, but can make his NHL debut and see if he does anything. On the third pair against Seattle, DiPietro gonna get the start, even though he's forgot to put a number on Cotton. Oh no, that's Luke Bourdon's number. Can't do that. Sorry. You can have 26. Harold Stepp's old number.
Luke Bourdon, guy who should have been a really good NHL player.
Yep. And looked like he was on his way, and then
Tragedy.
yep, car accident in New Brunswick, or I think it was a motorbike accident.
It was a motorcycle, I
Yeah.
believe he was on.
And we just got blown up by Seattle. 7-2. This is not helping. Now, see, we're back. We're pretty much back where we started at the beginning of this tonight, just under 500. And I'm starting to wonder about my job at this point. Not exactly producing Bruce Boudreau-like numbers here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Quinney's back soon. We've been saying that for how many days now? Oh, he's actually turned yellow. Okay, so some progress at least. We've got a couple of days off here, so maybe he'll be back. I really could use a little bit of rest here for the injured guys. Oh, Rangers having a good year. Just noticed that.
Yes, Northern Sky just noticed that the Edmonton won. Yes, they won the Stanley Cup last year in this game.
Amazingly. But what's happening with the Rangers? Just York and Zabini having a spectacular year. Panarin pretty well too. Frenier's coming along. So is Kako. Yeah, things are really falling into place for the Rangers. But I don't think we're going to have any of our injured guys quite ready yet for Arizona tonight, or tomorrow rather. Oh, there we go. Prove me wrong. Queen Hughes is ready, but he's only at 80%, and I don't want to take a chance on that. We'll give him one more game to sit out. And, wow, nothing game goes to overtime. Was it a shootout or... Nope, 50 seconds left in the game. So it takes us 3 periods and just over 4 of overtime to finally get a goal in this game. Horvat wins it. And that was at home. I was going to say that was on the road at... Guess it would have been the Arizona State Arena next year.
Tempe.
I got no idea how we're going to do that in the game. That's
5,000 seats.
Yeah, really going to screw up the finances for Arizona.
Actually, I think it was Elliot Friedman's 32 Thoughts blog on Sportsnet that came out this morning. Talked about how it actually might make them the same amount or more money.
Just charge extremely high prices for the arena for tickets?
I think it's more how little they're making in the other one.
Okay.
And that's why, trying to get here.
So Cotton didn't do anything in the 2 games we had him up for. I'm setting him back down.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Just pulled it up. 30.
Good.
32 Thoughts. 0.18. Still to be determined. Will there be protection against possible revenue losses from going to a smaller venue? I've heard from several people who believe the Coyotes will be able to make at least equal, if not more, revenue at Arizona State, but have not seen the modeling.
That seems highly doubtful to me.
Well, again, what does the ticket cost on
the
that?
Sharks? That helps. But I mean, what's the situation with arena revenues, though? Things like parking and concessions, and I can't imagine they're going to get a better deal on that than what they've got now, even if they're not getting all of it.
Yeah, but Winnipeg Jets in their old arena back in the 90s got nothing from the in-game. They only made money off the tickets. So what if that's what Arizona's getting currently in their current arena deal?
Yeah,
Like,
possibly.
nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, Stubhub tickets looking. You can get a ticket for $16 American.
Reminds me of when Vancouver had an NBA team.
So even their lower bowl seats, like top ticket on StubHub right now is $100. So if they're charging an average of $50, you know, at the university arena, they could easily make their money
If
equivalent to what they
if
were.
people are actually willing to pay that.
Well, they might be for a smaller venue that's in a better spot.
Okay, Garland is almost back, leaving Pearson as the only guy on the injured list. He's probably going to spend the rest of the year there. And I think this game against San Jose will be the one we close it out with. See if we can get over 500. Be a nice way to end the stream. Well, Garland is a little tired, but good enough to play, I think. Lines, yeah, that's... Oh, geez, I got two Russian defensemen, Capobianco and Rathbun, on that last pair. I got one of them to play a little differently. Okay, yeah, Rathbun gets quarterback instead. Okay, a red hot Demko is going to start. Come on, let's get this one. 5-2 win. There we go. I'm just going to take a quick look at our stats before I'm going to continue this to the next game. Then we'll take a quick look at the stats before we wind things up. So a few guys I'm curious about how they've been doing. And we are still technically, well, we're actually tied for the last playoff spot, and we've got a game in hand over San Jose. Oh, wait. Hang on, I gotta look. No, we're not in the playoff spot. We're actually, I'm just looking at the divisional standings. Actually, a three-way tie for the last spot outside the playoffs because the Jets are ahead of us and have a couple of games in hand. I blame Adam.
Not at all.
Okay. Stat situation. Pettersson having a very good year. Garland. So those guys are doing okay without Miller. Besser also having a strong season. Hoglander making progress. Apparently, in real life, he's supposedly fallen out of favor with Boudreaux, so I'm not sure where he's going for the real Canucks. Hughes, despite the injuries, is 1 point ahead of where he was last year, although he missed a bunch of injury time last. Does he have an injury problem? Nope, not particularly. Just bad luck, I
Not
guess.
yet, anyways.
Yeah. Dickinson, solid year from him. Rasmussen for a waiver pickup, pretty good numbers. Podkolzin making slow progress. Drysdale, the big guy we got back for Miller, having a decent third year. And Mott had a big start, but has kind of tailed off since then. Provorov, still no goals. Only a dozen games left in the season. And, oh, geez, Horvat offensive production has just gone to hell the last couple of years. Still got the C, but I wish he was putting up more points than that. Foligno, we only got as an older character guy. Still would have liked more points out of him than that. Nico Sturm, okay for a free agent. Lindholm, yeah. Capobianco, 7 points in 13 games since we traded for him. So he's coming along pretty well, although I think a big chunk of that was in that one game. Foot, about the same, still looking for his next half star. And DiPietro, really bad numbers. I didn't realize he was doing that poorly. Goals against average has drifted down or up above 4. And Demko pretty much the same as last year. Still wish I could get a slightly better goalie, although I think we've got Demko a bit underrated. Started this game with the original version of the database from the release version of the game, so I think Demko's a little underrated in that. But I think we will leave it off there, Adam.
All right. So thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Franchise Hockey Manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. We can also find a link to our official Discord in our Twitter bio. And of course, you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to our forums, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager 8, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, Out of the Park Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. We will be back again next week with our Winnipeg Jets game, as we continue to add and change and build an even better early 90s team than the Jets ever could have possibly had. I would think. Right, Jeff?
Hopefully won't move to Arizona at some point in the decade.
No, that's not happening. But yes, so that will be happening. And yeah, that's... we'll be back in 2 weeks with our Canucks game as we see if Jeff can not get fired.
Yeah, we're down into orange. We were yellow. I think we drifted slightly down below that. I think I might be able to hang on till the end of the season, unless I get there's a chance ownership will look at me during the off season and decide to fire me too, even if it doesn't happen in the middle of the regular season. But if we're lucky, we'll get another season out of this, and I think that's when we're going to start to turn things around, because we are making progress here. And speaking of making progress, we're still working on the final update for FHM. It'll be the post-trading deadline one. Got a few new things coming for that. I think people will like. We're fixing a few system stuff that's been reported on the forums as well. Various issues. So obviously the Russia situation. We're going to figure out something. We will try to reflect whatever the real-world situation is. And as of at least within the next couple of weeks, maybe things will change by that point. But probably taking Russia out of the World Championships, at least for this year, and making a few tournament changes. And obviously with the KHL rosters being updated at the same time as the NHL ones, sounds like a few players are going to be leaving that league. So got a few things to look at before that comes out. So thanks again for everybody for coming out, and we will be back this time next week.